Hello everybody, this is Kate from Kingdom Shadowing, and welcome to my top 10 favorite Johto Pokemon. Starting up the list is number 10, Typesplosion. Now, Typesplosion's my favorite for many different reasons. Although I prefer water types, as I've stated many times before, its pre-evolution Cyndaquil was actually my first official Johto starter when I had Crystal. And because of that, well, like most people, you always remember your starters, and you get attached to them. So naturally, I just feel some attachment to him. Although, as a child, I wasn't too comfortable with how Typesplosion looked, mainly because I couldn't figure out what it was. But I got over that pretty quickly. Number 9 is Ursaring. Now, Ursaring, it's mainly because it's a bear, and I've always enjoyed bears. Sadly though, the later generations did not deliver too many good bear-like Pokemon, but we'll get into that at a way later time. As for Ursaring though, I love its design, the way it's based, and pretty much that it's a very territorial, strong-based Pokemon. Number 8 is actually Ursaring's pre-evolution, Teddiursa. Like I've stated, I love pre-evolutions. It's technically a baby Pokemon that's a cub, and it's adorable. Plus, I've always loved the association it had with the moon and moonlight, and being a big fan of the moon, it really warms me. Number 7 is Tyranitar. Now, Tyranitar, I actually do not use him as often as I'd like. I mainly chose him because of his design and how cool it actually does look compared to others in 2nd gen. Being, believe, a ground type, if I'm not mistaken, rock and ground, something along that lines. It's pretty tough, and although I've never officially used it in battle, it's still a good Pokemon. Number 6 is Corsola, and this one I can actually give you more of a reason behind. Mainly due to Corsola being a water rock type, which is actually one of my favorite type combinations. Either water rock or water ground, since it eliminates that pesky electric weakness. It being one of Misty's top Pokemon really endeared it to me, since Misty is a really cool gym leader, and among my favorite gym leaders, which we may go into at another time. On top of that, it lacks an evolution nor pre-evolution. Corsola does endeavor itself with Recover, making it really hard to take down. And naturally, since it's a fighter, it's grown my affections. Number 5 is Kingdra. Now, Kingdra, being a final evolution of Horsea and Seadra, is not someone's top choice. It's another Pokemon that I've never actually used in battle, but I enjoy because it happens to be my favorite color, blue. On top of that, being a water type, which is my favorite type, and its dragon-like appearance and abilities, since dragon types are actually a second favorite type of mine, it really closes things through. Number 4 is Umbreon. Now, I'm a big fan of Eevee and its evolutions. Now, if I had to choose my favorite evolution, I don't know if I could do it. There are just too many good ones, which I may actually produce a video of that later on, but not sure. As it stands, Umbreon is the dark evolution, and as I've already stated my fascination with the moon and night, it tends to reason that Umbreon is a high up there on my scale. I've actually used Umbreon, like most people, in Pokemon Colosseum, and I loved how Umbreon worked. Its dark abilities combined with its swift attacks, it makes it the perfect assassin, especially since it counters its psychic partner, Espeon, which actually is my number 3, Espeon. Now, like I said, I'm a big fan of evolutions, Espeon being its psychic counterpart to Umbreon's Dark, and I've used her, sorry, I should say it, but I've always seen Espeon as a girl-like Pokemon, and I've used it in Colosseum, loving its psychic abilities. Psychic and Dark rival up there as two of my favorite types, but to be exactly sure what would be top, I'm not sure. Number 2 on this list is Crobat. Now here's a bit of a story. When I played Heart Gold, I had a Zubat that I trained as a Golbat, and was eventually wanting to evolve it to Crobat. Since it evolves using friendship, I spent a lot of time around Golbat, and it was a pain in the ass to literally train. Because of this, when I did finally get Golbat to evolve into Crobat, the wait for it was worthy and so satisfying, the results, that it just earned its spot as one of my favorites. Plus, being quick and using poison and dark type moves, among other things, really made it a top battler on my team. Now, for my number 1 top favorite Johto Pokemon, that would obviously be Houndoom. This demon dog, or representative of Hellhound, is one of my favorites for many reasons. It's a dark fire type. Its mythology involves hellhounds, or the Greek demon dogs, and it's considered a guardian or caretaker to the Pokemon spirit world, if I remember my Pokedex entries correctly. I could be wrong there, but now, while I do not like its Mega Evolution as much, and feel it would have been better as a regular evolution, Houndoom is still an amazing Pokemon, being based off of a dog-like creature, and I do like pack animals. It obviously ranged as one of my favorites. Not to mention that in Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, I had a Houndour that I trained as a Houndoom, and my favorite aunt loves Houndoom. So sharing that with her was a very good way of bonding. What more can I say about this Pokemon other than it's an amazing Pokemon and deserves the spot as my number 1 top 10 Pokemon. Well, there you have it. Hope to see you all later. This has been Kev from KNM Shadowing.